bell jeans, blue jeans, or bell-bottom pants and beads and stuff at an afro. Knowledge grows, just like we change in time. That's why I aim for some universals. I don't just say that nature reveals all of truth, that nature, as corrected or understood through the Bible, reveals the truth. So we don't have a complete handle on this. Our textbooks are always going to have errors in them, and we're just going to have to live with that.
Dr. Hovind?
I will choose the question, did God deceive us with the Grand Canyon? And that Michael Schimmer's statement that this is a problem for believers. If you built a dam across Grand Canyon, that projector off there if you would form, these red lines indicate what's called the snow line. Grand Canyon, 200 miles, cut across in the right or left. Grand Canyon, the river enters the canyon at 2,800 feet above sea level. The top of the ridge is 7,000 or 8,000 feet above sea level. So, some things to consider about Grand Canyon. Number one, the top is higher than the bottom. Number two, the river only runs through the bottom. Number three, the top is higher than where the river enters the canyon by 4,000 feet. Number four, rivers don't flow uphill. There is no possible way that river made that canyon. Grand Canyon is quite obviously a washed-out spillway from a couple of big lakes called Grand Lake and Hopi Lake. The lakes are gone. The beach is still there. No, God didn't deceive us. I think he left behind incredible evidence that there was a flood, which indicates he judged this world, and he's going to judge it again, whether you like it or not.
Thank you, Doctor. Quick questions, quick answers.
If we evolved, then why did we develop sexual reproduction when asexual reproduction is easily achieved?
Dr. Sherman, I appreciate you explaining that just because we don't find a natural explanation to things, that doesn't mean that there's a divine explanation. But aren't you asking us to accept a theory where we see that goes against what we normally see in nature, that natural systems don't build things up gradually, but break things down? And in addition, we don't have one example, if it did happen, we don't have one example of an organism or an organ or even an organelle of how it formed in a step-by-step fashion.
Very good. Third one.
Dr. Shermer, if you want us to look at the Bible in a different way and see the meaning behind the story, tell me, what do you think is the meaning behind Jesus when he says, I am the way and the truth and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me.
All right, we'll start with Dr. Shermer. Move to the left again.
Okay. Why is sexual reproduction better than asexual reproduction? Well, young man, you're about to find out in a few more years. There's more jokes in there somewhere. I think there was some crusty old biology professor who asked his students who invented asexual reproduction. They said, "Your wife." And anyway, it's a simple explanation in the sense that sexual reproduction produces variation and natural selection operates on variation. That's what generates change in biology. In terms of natural, second law of thermodynamics, things run down in nature. How is it you guys can say things get more complex? Because you put energy into the system. The sun generates energy into the system that creates complex systems out of simple systems and so on. You put the burger in the microwave, it heats up and that kind of thing. As for what Jesus meant when he said, I am the way and the truth and the life, and so forth, well, he meant that he is the Savior. He meant that he is the guy you should follow. That's what all proselytizers do. That's what all cult leaders do. They have to do that. That's what they do.
Kyle?
The difference between a religion and a cult is about 100 years.
Well, when we have to look at truth, we have to realize if you took 10,000 people who founded religions and you were to pick from one of them, Michael, my question is, which one are you going to pick? And that's why when we take a look at the scriptural sciences and how they confirm these things, we have to look at, does the one then who said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, does he say that in a context of a true book that was that not only recorded the events that he did, but recorded these claims that we've made about the expansion of the universe, its sudden beginning, and entropy in the universe. I believe that Jesus is capable of validating one particular religion out of the 10,000 by standing behind the truth in the scriptures.
Dr. Hovind.
I think Michael Schimmer's answer to the sexual reproduction was definitely not an answer at all. His statement basically was, it works good to supply varieties so natural selection can work on it, therefore it must have evolved. No, therefore it was designed, okay? I would ask a bigger question, why would any animal want to reproduce more of its own kind, which just simply makes more mouths to feed? Why not instead evolve the ability to live forever? That'd be a lot smarter. As far as the second law of thermodynamics, his answer was you add energy. Well, here's Sue at 20. Here she is at 90 after a lot of energy. There she is at 3,000. The idea of adding energy is absolutely ludicrous, okay? This is always the answer, though. They'll say, well, if you add energy, the sun adds energy to the earth. Yes, I know. But the universe is a closed system, so that really begs the question. It only answers it for the earth. Secondly, adding energy is absolutely destructive unless there's a mechanism to utilize the energy. We added quite a bit of energy to Iraq in the last few months. The Japanese added energy to Pearl Harbor. We added energy to a couple of their cities. Didn't organize a thing, okay? The sun adds energy to this earth, all right, but it's going to destroy the roof on your house, not build it. The sun's energy will destroy your house. It'll destroy the roof on your car. It'll destroy your paint job on your car. The sun's energy is destructive to everything except chlorophyll, which is an extremely complex molecule. So the same sun's energy shines on the other planets and doesn't build anything there. I think that to say that, adding energy solves the problem is absolutely a simplistic answer and totally devoid of any scientific common sense. Adding energy is destructive unless there's something to utilize the energy.